Hi everyone, we're going to do a quick project tonight. This is our little ballerina and it says dance like no one is watching. And there's 2 layers on the ballerina. It is numbered. It says number 1 and number 2. So number 1 will go first. And I have my chalk paste already, but first we're going to paint the edges of this board to just kind of make it look a little bit more girly. So I'm just going to take some acrylic paint. This is just Americana brand. And take a little bit of acrylic paint and I'm just going to paint the border around here. I'm just going to do that fairly quickly and we're going to dry it and then we're going to sand it and then I'll wax the board because this is a non-chalk couture board, so it will need to be waxed. And I'm just putting a thin coat of this on there. It's okay for the grain of the wood to show through. I am not worried about that. I don't need to have any thick coats of paint. Just quickly putting a little coat of paint just to give it some color. Go back and smooth it out. I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. Okay, it doesn't take much. Okay, so now I'm going to sand it. I'm going to sand it over my trash can. I have a little bit of paint right there on this side. And you could do this the night before so that it's all ready to go. I'm just going to sand it really quickly with my trash can. Okay, all right, guys. Wish I could take my camera over there, but it just needs to stay right here. So there's a little bit of wood that raised up right there. Just gonna get that off. I'm gonna take a tack cloth, and I just wanted to give it a little bit of color. See how the wood grain shows through, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I'm going to get off all of the sanded paint and then I'm going to wax this. So I'm just using a tack cloth, and a tack cloth actually has a little bit of wax on it. That's what grabs all of the fibers of the paint here and the wood where I sanded it. It just kind of grabs those and takes that away. So I'm going to take my wax and I'm going to wax this part of it, the chalkboard part. This is a non-chalk couture surface, so we need to wax it a little bit. So I'm just spreading my wax on, and then I am going to kind of buff it, get off as much as I can. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to buff it out again. Okay. All right, make sure that I am where you guys can see it. How about right there? Okay, all of these pieces are brand new, so we need to fuzz them. And another thing I need to do is put an X on the back. So when I return these to the backer sheet, I do not put them back on this side. The X tells me do not put it on this side. So I am pretty much the only one that uses these. If you did make and takes, you might want to write the name on them so that you know which one they go on. But I really am not concerned. I don't take out that many at a time. If it's just you, then an X is absolutely fine. Okay, so these are brand new, so we need to fuzz them. This is our fuzzing cloth, and this is fairly new. I just got it a couple of days ago. It's really soft and fuzzy. And what we're going to do is I am going to take this, I'm going to fold the corners under so that it gives me a better area to pull when I go to pull my transfer. I'm going to peel the backer sheet off, and I'm going to put this onto my fuzzing cloth. And then I'm going to pull this, and I'm going to fuzz this 3 times because my surface is really solid. It does not have holes in it like wood. It is a very solid chalkboard. So I'm going to put this down here at the bottom and smooth out all of my little air bubbles. Excuse me. We're going to use white on this, and we're also going to go ahead and we're going to do our words up here. Okay, sorry about that. I had to grab a little drink of water. It's so dry. Okay, so we're going to do dance. And we're going to do dance in our pink, which is peony. And then we're going to do the other words, dance like no one is watching. In this is kind of a lavender color. I actually don't know what color this is. There is not a color on it. This is an older one. This is the 2-ounce jars. This is from a while ago. So it's more of a lavender color. So I'm going to get dance up there also so I can do those at the same time. And I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to fuzz that 3 times on my fuzzing cloth. And then I'm going to put this up at the top. And I'm actually going to have it fairly close to the top so that we have enough room for the next words. That looks a little crooked. Gonna try it again. Let me see how I can do this. Okay. That looks much better. Okay, I'm gonna push out all of my air bubbles. So we'll do this and this, and we'll dry it, and then we will do the last part. So this is a really quick, easy sign. This is one that you could let a child do. It's that easy. So we're going to do dance. We're just going to use one of these little squeegees. These are our mini squeegees. And they come in, I think it's a 12-pack. They come in a 12-pack. And they work perfectly for this. So you're just going to smooth it out, and then you're going to pull your transfer before it dries. So you always want to pull from top to bottom or side to side, and this is very sticky. I knew that it would be. I fuzzed it 3 times, but it is still very sticky. Okay, so I'm going to put this into my water bath. Okay, a water bath is simply a container that has water in it that you're going to put your transfer into so that the chalk paste does not dry on the transfer. This is all going to be done in white. I could try to do this in a different color. I could try to do that in our purple. That might look nice. All right, let's try this. So all of our outline we are going to do in white, and her hair and all that. I'm going to do that in white. And then I will do the body of her leotard in the lilac. We're going to try. Okay. So I'm going to just smooth this out and put the excess back into my jar. I'm going to, oops, don't want to do that. At least it fell in an area that wasn't a big deal. It's water-based, so it's going to clean up really easily. I'm going to take my multi-tool and I am going to just do the, I don't need very much. I'm going to do her top. So I'm trying really hard to not get on her arms because I don't want her to have purple arms. So, all right. I think that is going to work. All right, so I want to go ahead and pull my transfer before it dries. So I'm going to pull it from the top here and just start pulling down. Okay, so it worked fine. Okay, so this stuck really hard to here, so you might want to fuzz it a couple more times. Okay, I was just swishing it around in the water, making sure that I get all of the top paste off of there. Now we're going to dry this. I'm going to return it to room temperature. Okay, so let me feel this. Okay, so it's cooled down. We're going to take our rag that we had the chalk paste on, and we're just going to wipe it lightly over this area so that we give it a little bit of protection for when we put the next layer on. We don't want it to pull it up. So I'm just pressing lightly. All right, this is our next layer for the ballerina. And these are our words. So I can go ahead and do the words first, and then I can do the ballerina. So we'll do one at a time. Folding the corners under. Going to fuzz this several times because it actually stuck pretty bad. So I'm going to tell you, we're going to fuzz it 5 times. And it's not going to ruin the transfer. It's actually going to help it so that it's not sticking too much. And I want to protect this so it doesn't peel that up. So I'm going to lay that right there. And then my words are going to go right below that. And I'm trying to center it just like that. These are going to be in our lilac. And I don't need very much of that. I'm going to use our little multi-tool to spread that. I already have the lilac paste on there. Going back into our jar. Okay. And then we're going to peel this. Okay, this is falling down into it, so we might have a problem there. Okay, so what it did was it went on the back of it. I'm going to lay, no. Well, you know what? I think it actually looks fine. Some of it came off, but it is still readable. So what I should have done was I should have pulled this up first. All right, so I think it looks fine. Put that into a water bath. I'm just gonna wipe the back of this off. All right, so this is going to go over the top of this, and it's going to be in our peony. And like I said, the concern that I have is that it's going to pull up the chalk paste from underneath, because this is a brand new transfer and it's very sticky. I'm not kidding. It is extremely sticky. Most transfers are not this sticky. So I am fuzzing this, and I'm going to fuzz it 5 times, and I'm hoping that's enough. Okay. All right. And I already put wax on this, but let's just do it one more time. We're just gonna, I get concerned about it pulling up the layer before, and this, I don't know if that's dry. Let me just quickly. Okay. All right, it's dry. So I can lay this here to protect that, just in case this is going to overlap. And I'm going to just line this up. I can see the bodice of the leotard under it. And I'm just trying to get this perfect the first time. Okay, I'm not going to press this area too hard out here. I'm just going to press around the silk screen, and we're going to use our peony, and it's not going to take that much. We have our little squeegee here, and we can just work that right there. Okay, I don't want to do it too much and press down on this. I'm hoping it's going to peel up nicely and not peel off the white or the purple. Okay, all right. So that was the key, guys. I fuzzed it 5 times, and this is supposed to be like that. That is how it is. This is all lined up perfectly. That is open like that. If it bothered you, you could draw that in, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be open like that. And let me put this in the water bath. All right. So that is our project, and I am going to seal this with clear sealer, and I will sell this at my craft show. I will drill little holes here and put jute, hang it with jute. And the back, you could flip it over and do the back if you wanted to. You could have 2 signs, but you don't have to. And I'm just going to clean up my chalk paste, and I'm going to be done for the night. Thank you for joining me. If you want to know more about Chalk Couture and how you can make this fun stuff, just leave me a message below and I will get back with you. Have a good night.